Falcons, I see you in the chat. We do super chats at the end.
Yes.
Just to let you know.
Promise we will get to all of them. And Falcons ATL, we promise we will get to yours as well. Falcons ATL, $5 super chat. Here it is. My Falcons keeping me in misery. That was the super chat that he wanted us to read. That was the super chat that they were upset that we didn't get to.
I was expecting like a 3-part question.
A philosophical question.
Not my Falcons keep me in misery. That rules. I might print that super chat out and put it behind me.
I love you guys. Welcome to the opening bell of the NFL Stock Exchange podcast. Trevor, Sikkema, and Connor Rogers with you here in the middle of free agency. We're in the trenches, baby. Chaos all around us. Chaos, contracts, coping. You're going to get it all here on this show. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of the early moves that we've seen in free agency and talk about what that means for the 2026 NFL draft because, Connor, my goodness, man. We've already got some major shakeup. I mean, we've already had trades. We haven't even necessarily talked since the Kansas City Chiefs traded Trent McDuffie. All right, there's a first-round pick that changed hands. The Max Crosby trade, there's another first-round pick that changed hands. But so many team needs have changed during the tampering period here on Monday. Buddy, the Jets made a ton of moves. And I already know that you're like live with Sims like in the middle of the day. So how you doing, my friend? Were you able to pound an Uncrustable before we got to this show?
Dude, you bet. Absolutely.
Good.
Have one just defrosting, ready to roll, keep things moving, jump into this chair. Can't wait to break down free agency with you because we are going to look at it also from that draft lens, like the true sickos we are. You said coping at the top. I am sorry for the end of the Mike Evans era. It was a beautiful era. Oh no.
Tyler!
Wow, he was ready. We didn't plan that, me and him.
Get it off the screen. Get it off.
Didn't happen.
This is fake news. This is fake news. Get it off the screen. For those of you who are audio only listeners, no, don't put the single cam on me. For those of you who are audio only listeners, Tyler pulled up the PFF free agency tracker, and right there, right in front of us, is Mike Evans signs with the San Francisco 49ers. A day I truly never thought would come. Never thought it would happen. But this is what Todd Bowles does to a man, unfortunately. And I think that's where we are.
I've been there before.
I know you have. I know you have.
It's tough to watch history repeat itself. It is.
Tough.
You know, the Titans, by the way, what was that? What was it called when you get the shopping cart and you run through the store in a certain amount of time limit and you have to stuff it with stuff?
What, Guys Grocery Games? No, I don't know if that's the one.
The chat will have my back, but it feels
You're talking about on Food Network? That one?
No.
That show?
No, I forget what it was. It might have been Supermarket Sweep. That sounds right. Oh. Yeah.
No, I don't know what
it feels like Brian Dable and Robert Saleh did that today with items they've owned before.
With items that they have owned before.
They were like, oh, I used to love these cookies. Throw them in there. You got John Franklin Myers back with Saleh, Cordell Flott and Wan'Dale Robinson, and Daniel Bellinger back with Dable. Yeah, they're good.
I saw a tweet that was like, why don't we go after all the players that got us fired?
Yeah.
Which obviously I hope they're a lot better for the Titans. We're going to talk about the Titans, or we talk about the Bucs, or we talk about the Niners. We're talking about so many teams because a lot of stuff changed here over the last week, but like specifically the last 6 hours. I think a ton has changed since the tampering window wait, are we calling it the tampering window? Didn't they change the name?
Oh God. Yeah, well, now you can have FaceTimes during it.
It was like the negotiation window that they have officially changed.
Well, because they do not like the word tampering.
No, we've gone soft. It's all gone soft.
Yeah, well, the tampering happens at the Combine.
That's true.
The negotiating window opens up today. Free agency starts Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, people are saying that Tua to Atlanta is actually official now, which we thought that it was. We thought that it was going to happen because that was one of the first dominoes to fall, which is very interesting. I feel like outside of the fact that they're left-handed, this one doesn't really make a ton of sense. Tua and Penix just play the position completely differently. Tua is somebody who is all like over the middle of the field, won't throw outside the numbers type of a quarterback. And Michael Penix is only outside the numbers, never throws over the middle of the field as a quarterback. So that one was just very funny to me. It makes sense financially because you're getting Tua on a vet minimum, but That was kind of funny too.
Maybe it's, and you know how much I love Penix, but maybe it's a little hint at Stefanski, kind of getting a different kind of quarterback for his offense.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I hope Mike comes back strong and develops into the quarterback he could be, but it's always tough when you're a former first-round pick that's hurt with a new regime and staff. It's just an uphill battle out of the gate. Not that Tua invokes fear into your job, but Tua's here.
Who knows at this point, dude?
I know.
I think quarterback is so like it's so much more fickle than you would think, even with the amount of money that they're giving these quarterbacks. So obviously you guys can tell that we're off and running here on this show. It's going to be a jam-packed show, mainly because it's going to be heavy chat focused.
Yes.
For these shows, because we've got a show here on Monday, and then we're going to have another show on Wednesday in the middle of the week. It's heavy chat focused. So a lot of you will send in super chats, and then we'll read them at the end of the show. For the next 2 shows, that's not what we're doing. We are reading the super chats in the shows. We want to go back and forth with you guys. We're freaking out and analyzing a lot of these moves as they are happening throughout the day. So Connor, you want to just read a handful of super chats that we have right now to kind of get the show kicked off?
I do. Selfishly, and I'll keep this real sweet because I don't want this to be about me, but I feel like this is the place to give a thank you. Me and Kristen officially announced, and you've known Trevor, that we are having a baby boy.
Let's go, baby!
Early
Let's
this
go!
summer. I'm obviously beyond excited. I can't even explain how incredible this news is for us as a family. But I want to thank all of the addicts that commented on our post, because not only was it very, very sweet, it gave me and her like some amazing laughs. Like, she's just showing me new comments every single day. The Legion of Womb was one by Ryan. Yeah, I mean, this was like grade A level kind of response. I want to find who said it, but somebody said franchise equals fixed, and it had like 55 likes. It was an all-time one. There was a meat fabric comment on there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
the Legion of Womb?
Yeah. Book of Eli said, "Congrats, Connor. He's already faster than Jerry Rice."
Yeah, he is. I believe that. I believe that immediately.
He hasn't even taken steps, and he's better than a 5'3", 640.
Yeah, I see some people already doing it, but nonstop W's in the chat for fatherhood, for parenthood. Dude, I just to the moon excited for you guys.
Thank
you
you,
already
man.
know that. I've already said that to you, but man, I'm just so excited for you guys. So happy for you guys. I just can't wait. Can't wait for you guys to start this new journey. And obviously, a lot of the addicts are showing their support as well. The W's are flowing in the chat. We appreciate it.
Had to give a thank you today because there's just so many comments on Instagram that we were really, it just gave us a lot of smiles through such an incredible time. So I wanted to thank everybody here. I don't want to once again take away from the free agency show, so we'll keep it rolling, but it's super fun. So let's jump into these super chats, man.
Yes, let's run through a handful of super chats, and then we're going to get to some team-specific mock drafts. We're going to talk about some big free agency signings, a lot of guys going to and from, some new draft strategy, all that kinds of stuff. Tony Lee with the $5 super chat said, "Trevor, it's going to be okay. Hang in there." It's not going to be okay. I don't know what to tell you. Vinny, $5 super chat. "Hey, guys, apologize if you've answered this already, but why isn't Mike Washington getting more hype?" I think he is after the combine, Connor.
Yeah, it's taken off now. I think he'll be, he's going to be a fantasy darling, and that generates external or even more hype. And yeah, the train has left the station, but I get it, Vinny. It took a little while to get there for a 6-year college player.
Odd Estimate said, already taller than Trev, meaning your son, already taller than me. That's tough. That's tough.
This isn't the day to do this to you.
I was going to say, like, have I not endured enough? Have I not been through enough today?
You are on the ground, and Odd Estimate walked by you and put his hand down, and then rolled it back through his hair when you went to grab it for a hand up.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Completely ridiculous.
Austin gave a $5 super chat, said, "First time super chatter here." Appreciate you, Austin. Thank you. Chiefs taking downs and a falling McCoy because we, as fans of other teams, cannot have nice things. So that goes into a little bit of the Chiefs and sort of what's happened over the last week with them trading Trent McDuffie, which, holy cow, man, you want to talk about a team going all in. The Los Angeles Rams are about as all in as it could possibly be, as it can possibly get with what they've done over the last week. And then also retaining Cam Curl, signing Jalen Watson as well from the Kansas City Chiefs, signing Trent McDuffie to a market-setting cornerback deal, over $30 million a year. Crazy. But in doing so, they traded number 29 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, what was it? The safety from the Chiefs who just signed with the Bengals.
Brian Cook?
Yes. So, like, now a safety is gone from the Chiefs as well. They could absolutely double dip at secondary. I think Caleb Downs is absolutely on the board for them now at number 9 overall. He might be a heavy favorite, to be honest, now that they've signed Kenneth Walker. And, like, Jeremiah Love's not in their plans anymore. So I absolutely think that they're eyeing Downs if he makes it to them at number 9.
Yeah, the Rams have all of a sudden built a secondary that's more expensive than like half the team salaries in baseball right now. And I don't blame them. They're all in on winning the Super Bowl, and that was something they had to do. Mediocrity incarnate. I didn't want to miss this one. Trev, we all know the Bucs won't be bad enough to get a blue chip prospect next year. Who do you want at 12th overall in 2027? I'm sad, man. I feel like George Michael from Arrested Development, walking all sad with his head down.
It is a bummer. I'll do plenty of funny coping here on the show, but in all seriousness, like Mike is a Mount Rushmore type of a player for the Buccaneers franchise. He's also just, when I was covering the Buccaneers as a beat reporter, he was always very nice to me, very welcoming, and like he was the star, cool. Man. He was such a franchise star, and everything that he's done for the Tampa Bay community. He's just an unbelievable dude. He deserves this chance to go after another ring. The sad part is, as a Bucs fan, is that to me, I think that this decision very clearly less about the money, because he signed for 3 years and $60 million, which was very matchable for the Buccaneers. I think that he specifically doesn't believe in Todd Bowles, which I could fully understand. But I also think that if he really thought super highly of Baker Mayfield, he's still in Tampa. And I think that his actions today speak pretty loudly of he does not really love the direction of where this team is going, mostly with head coach, but I think the Baker Mayfield equation is a little bit into this one as well. So it's a bummer that Mike is not a Buccaneer anymore. I felt as though he was going to be a Buck wire to wire, but I hope that the substation or whatever rumor is not true, and that he stays fully healthy and he gets another 1,000-yard season, this time with the San Francisco 49ers. Who do I want the Bucs to draft at 12th overall?
Well, in 2027.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like partially joking.
I don't know if they are. Hold on.
Cook, young man.
I'm going to look at the consensus board.
I could not answer this question.
What do we have here?
Leonard Moore?
Yeah, I mean, if he makes it to 12,
yeah,
he's sick.
I know.
Colin Simmons, the edge rusher from Texas. Good with that one, too. Those are about the only names that I recognize outside of quarterbacks, which they're not going to be picking high enough for a quarterback. Oh, you draft Cam Coleman to replace Mike Evans. All right, now I'm sad again. All right.
No.
Okay, what free agency direction do we want to go here? Who do you want to talk about first?
Well, we're going to get into some drafts, right?
Oh, wait. There was a super chat about the Jets. Yeah, Tony Lee gave us a $10 super chat. Said, Connor, how are we feeling about their after day one so far? Jets should be better against the run with their additions. Need to fill out that guard spot before the draft. Odds the Jets trade for BTG.
I think you mean BTJ, the classic super chat
Brian
keyboard.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so for the first part, what I expected them to do was go more volume than stars, in quotes, and that's what they did. They got bigger and tougher in the front seven and got Minkah Fitzpatrick because they just... It's such a funny way to describe it, but they just made adult moves today, Trevor. Like, watching the Jets for most of the season last year, especially the second half, you'd watch them in the first quarter, and they were so uncompetitive on defense. They'd average, like, giving up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of the easiest drives you'll ever see. And the personnel, for the most part, did not match really what Glenn's style in Detroit. So, yeah, like you look at Asai, right, and Demario Davis and Minkah. These are just floor-raising moves. You're going to have to draft your stars. You need a star at 2. You're going to need a borderline star at 16 and you know, a good player at 33 and 44. So what they did today was kind of rounded out a defense that was uncompetitive last year, where Tony's right. It's about stopping the run and being able at some point with the guys you draft to create some turnovers, which you literally didn't have an interception last year. As for BTJ, this is really, really interesting because it's so obvious Jacksonville is just completely soured on the player, where you would think a lot of teams are calling on him.
Right.
I don't know what I would think it's a day 2 pick at this point, which is such a bad return on investment for Jacksonville with him. But, and the Jets still, we don't know who their quarterback is going to be. It sounds like a lot of rumors around Geno Smith again, which is kind of funny. But they need...
Yeah, they're running out of options, man.
I obviously was very high on BTJ as a prospect, and he was great as a rookie. He was disappointing last year. You just wonder, are you going to play Adonai Mitchell in that role next year? I know BTJ's better. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of asset are you surrendering for BTJ in a role that you might like what Adonai could do if you draft a number 2? I'm not saying to not get him because you have Adonai Mitchell. That's not the point. It's just going to come down to the cost and what it would run up to.
If he gets traded, I feel like he's going to get traded for a third. That's where my mind goes.
Brutal. And the Jets don't have a third, so it would be pick 44 for them.
Right. But I feel like if a team's giving up a second-round pick for him, then they kind of have to more seriously ask the question, okay, hold on, why is this player available?
That's exactly right.
And so in reality, Brian Thomas Jr. shouldn't be getting traded for a third. But if he's not a part of the Jags' plans, which to me would be
it's a red flag.
I don't think you can sit here and just go, oh, he's not a scheme fit for Liam Cohen.
No.
Yeah, bullshit.
Right.
He's just a really good wide receiver. If the Jags are trading him, it's because they probably don't believe in the player. So at that point, what is a guy whose team is already giving up on him going for?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a second rounder. I think if he gets dealt, it's for a third. And if it's for a third, then that's kind of buyer beware anyway. So the BTJ situation is very, very interesting to me for that reason.
Yeah, it's interesting for a lot of teams, not just the Jets. You have the Giants out there looking for a number 2 wide receiver right now after losing Wandale. There's plenty of teams that would be in that market. But thank you, Tony. And just a solid day for the Jets. Not spectacular, but good business from a volume perspective.
Mr. Jack gave us $2, said the Bears signing linebacker and safety definitely points to them drafting a defensive lineman. So it wasn't just
Kobe Bryant.
It was Kobe Bryant, Devin Bush.
That's right.
They re-signed DeMarco Jackson, but they also signed Neville Gallimore, which I had somebody on social media ask me, does the Neville Gallimore signing keep them from taking a defensive lineman in the first round? No, not at all, because Neville Gallimore specifically is an attacking, one gapping defensive tackle, and they need to get better in run defense, 1,000%. So, no, I don't think that changes things there. Salensi with the $10 super chat said, Trevor's Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar banging on the window while screaming no to Mike Evans. That's actually me just rewatching the 3rd and 28 that they gave up in that game where Mike walked off the field screaming 3rd and 28. I mean, it was over from that point on once ownership got involved and didn't want to move on from Todd Bowles.
Catalyst out.
Sad.
Trev, the faithful send their regards. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jack Mack.
Take care of our boy.
6911. Oh yeah, who else Trevoring they Connor at work right now? Don't you like when I accidentally go into real newsy white guy voice?
Yeah, it's great. No, yeah. I mean it's like the pre-combine episode where you're reading and then you're just like, yeah, who's get dong, and then just out of nowhere.
It's like somewhere deep in me that I can't stop myself when I don't know what I'm about to read. Fear immediately sets in.
Let's see. Borkington said the 49ers signed the Mike Evans of Mike Evans. Yeah, unfortunately, they did actually sign the Mike Evans of Mike Evans.
They got the Mike Evans.
They got the Mike Evans of Mike Evans. Mike Evans kind of does remind me of a Mike Evans version of Mike Evans, so I do see the vision there. Jace gave us a $20 super chat. Said, if I have to hear one more tweet of Jacksonville trading BTJ, I'm going to crash out. Well, impeccable timing. Steven said the Chiefs are just taking defensive end, corner, and safety in the draft. I agree. I think that it's one of those positions. In fact, all right, you want to fire it up? Let's do
it. Thank you, Steven Steiner.
Yeah.
The Steiner recliner.
Thank
you for
Steiner recliner.
Getting us to a mock draft, finally.
Let's do it. Tyler, let's pull up the PFF mock draft simulator, and let's run through a Chiefs 3-round mock draft here. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, pick we'll go Chiefs 3 rounds because they got the extra pick. So let's run through it. Let's sim it to 9 here. We're going to be doing this throughout this entire show. Like, we'll talk about a lot of free agents. We'll read a lot of your super chats. But then when we want to actually explain how this changes things, I think we're going to go to the mock draft for that. So the mock had the Jets taking Jeremiah Love at number 2. That's kind of funny. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think that Jeremiah Love, there's a good chance he could potentially go to the Tennessee Titans at number 4. Maybe even the New York Giants at number 5. I think that's kind of on the table as well.
I will say, nice piece of business by the Chiefs getting Kyrus Tonga from New England.
It is indeed.
That's like a sneaky one where I was like, they're being careful and cautious of how much money they dump into the defense, but that's the right kind of move.
I agree. I definitely agree. Do you think Downs the pick here? If the board falls this way, do you think Downs the pick?
Yeah, he should be.
I think so too, because what's their... They have, who's the guy that they drafted 2 years ago? So they have Jaden Hicks, who... I'll full hand up transparency here. When I was doing, I think it was the PFF mock draft, I talked about how I wasn't sure if they would be super interested in Downs because I thought they really liked Jaden Hicks, because I was thinking about him after his rookie season, how they were super excited about him. They were really excited to draft him. He was able to play a lot as a rookie. He looked like he was an ascending star at safety. And then last year, I didn't realize this. He couldn't get on the field.
Which is
They
wild.
started taking him off the field. So... I think that Downs is absolutely here within their plans, because their secondary it's Chamari Connor, Christian Fulton, Noel Williams, who I think is going to play outside for them, Chris Rowland Wallace, Mike Edwards is a free agent, Jaden Hicks. That's about it. I'd take Downs here. What do you think?
It's Downs. Bane's off the board. He's the other guy I'm watching for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's down. I think we run.
Okay.
I think we run this card in.
Okay, all right, so let's go Downs, and then let's see who's available at 29. So, what's their other pick? Tyler, can you hit your picks? Which, it's 40 and 74. Sorry, you didn't do that. So, what are you thinking here?
Man.
We go Colton Hood?
You know what's a weird one for me with them? I do like Colton Hood a lot, especially for this team. A weird one for me with them is they've invested plenty in wide receiver over the years, but I don't like their wide receiver room.
Well, you shouldn't.
Right. I don't think it's not like a hot take. I'm the first person ever to say that.
Unless you love Jalen Royals, which I like Jalen Royals.
I like Jalen Royals. I think he could be a number 3 for you in the future.
Yeah, but he was a 5th round pick, right?
Yeah,
so...
they're not banking on him. Where I'm sitting here and I'm like, Omar Cooper with Pat Mahomes is very enticing. But I do agree with you, Trevor. We came into this thinking, like, how do we rebuild this defense? And Colton Hood is right there. And it's Spags. Colton Hood could play man.
Yeah.
That's big. Like, that's why the Rams just paid their guys all this money. They think they can be an improvement at corner and man coverage for them. Colton Hood was excellent for Tennessee in man coverage.
Some people are talking about Peter Woods.
I'm just struggling with Peter Woods right now, and we'll redo the D-tackle group pretty soon.
We didn't do it. We don't have to redo. We haven't done it yet.
We did it this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like the early ranking series, like in December. And January,
Yeah. No, it's been a while considering how much we talk about those guys.
I have been extremely underwhelmed with this defensive tackle class.
Yeah, and we had. I remember like over summer.
Yeah.
Well, Woods looked like a top 10 pick this summer. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And now we're in the world of like, is Peter Woods going in the first round?
I'm going to be honest. Like, I'd take Christian Miller if they're thinking D-line.
Yes. 100. Because I will probably have him ranked higher.
I do too. I don't hate Christian Miller.
Christian Miller is, we said it on the last show, right? He is the least talked about good player in this draft.
He really feels like it.
I'm not sure Georgia fans know, but outside of them, it's like, everyone's like, whatever.
No, so okay, they just signed Tonga, who you mentioned was a really good signing for them. Let's go Colton Hood.
Colton Hood's a good fit for them.
Yeah. So that brings us to 40. What do we got at 40?
Christian Miller.
Good. Let's see the regular board. Let's see the regular board here. What do we have? I don't mind Jeremy Bernard, but I'd take him at, I don't know if I'd take him at 40.
On this team, well, it also depends. Like, if they have worries about Rashee Rice, then yes, that's going to be a conversation.
Ooh, hold on, no. What about offensive tackle? Anybody left to tackle? Or did we already hit the big run?
They're gone.
We did.
They're all gone.
Run. Damn. Leo Chanel's a free agent. They still have Drew Tranquil and Nick Bolton. Man, do we just go Jeremy Bernard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go Jeremy Bernard here. Like kind of round out the mock draft.
Dude, I think he's a target monster for them.
Andy Reid would know exactly how to play him inside and outside for them.
I kind of like Max Clare.
Lucas Chiefs Lightning, I see you in the chat, and I respect your Gabe Akis love.
Ooh.
It's just you and I, partner.
Gabe Akis?
We're carrying that flag.
Just you and I.
Just me. He wanted the last pick. Nobody likes Gabe Akis. Just me and Chiefs Lightning.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
By the way, gotta say it. We don't have to expand on it. Lightning Sabres, best regular season hockey game I've seen in years.
I thought it was the worst hockey game that I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
I'm just bummed that Vasi didn't play.
Because I need a playoff series between those teams, like I need oxygen.
It'll absolutely kill me. It really will. Oh, Kieran Crawford, I think is underrated in this edge rush class. I think we probably go D-line here, though.
Yeah, what do we have left from the D-tackle group? Big Citrus.
Big Citrus, don't hate it. But I would rather... What about edge? What about edge rushers?
Well, let's see. You brought up Crawford. Man, they went, huh? That's quite the run. Quite the run.
Gardner Minshew to the Cardinals, somebody said?
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to trade Jacoby now.
They had to do something else, though.
Yeah.
They already have Omar Norman Lott. Man, this is kind of tough for them. Maybe just doing Big Citrus makes the most sense.
Big Citrus is like kind of the, easy.
Because, like, Derek Nottie, Mike Pinnell, Jerry Tillery, those guys are all free agents. Yeah, let's go Big Citrus. Let's take Big Citrus here. All right. Big Citrus, there's the first. Wow, look at that A pick for Big Citrus. Love it.
Yeah, you'd love to see that.
Love to see that. Love to see that.
Colton Hood hate will not be tolerated.
So there's a Chiefs 3-round mock draft for you guys. Caleb Downs at number 9, Colton Hood at number 29, Jeremy Bernard at 40, and then Big Citrus at 74. All right.
Pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna get back to super chats. I think I clicked the button that I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. First time hosting a pod. Benjamin super chat. Longtime viewer, first time super chatter. Over under 20.5 sacks between Jeffrey Simmons, John Franklin Meyer in 2026.
I'll take the under.
I was gonna say I'll take the under as well.
But they're going to be really, really good together in Salah's scheme. JFM playing that big end spot that Salah likes, and Simmons getting to attack a little more. And if the Titans aren't playing down 2 touchdowns every game, a little bit more pass rush opportunity. Like, they don't have to hit the over for this to be go really, really well this year. So...
TD Gaming, as an A&M fan and a Bucs fan, there's no bigger heartbreak than watching the best offensive piece in Buccaneers history walk away. Truly an indictment on the Buccaneers organization. Unfortunately, I do agree with you. Wisco, $20 super chat. Congratulations, Connor, on your impending roster addition.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
We'll see how rookie camp goes. I'm not
only 18 seasons before they hit free agency. It's a journey and a challenging one at that. Be kind to yourself. I can guarantee that you'll be doing better than you think.
Thank you, Wisco. That is extremely thoughtful, and I can't get enough of stuff like that.
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys. We got two Raiders super chats back to back, and then I'd love to jump into a Raiders mock draft off of this. Griff, $5 super chat. The price of the brick is going up. Tyler Linderbaum's agent to Las Vegas, which is absolutely what happened. You want to talk about resetting the market, man? Brad Spielberger had a tweet. Hold on, let me go find this. Brad Spielberger's tweet said, a true market resetter. previous record for a center's average per year percentage of the salary cap was 7.4%. Linderbaum is an 8.96. That's a crazy jump.
Yeah.
He
took the short term to cash in again at age 28. Linderbaum
That is crazy.
Yeah, this was a masterclass by him and his agent. And I know there's a lot of stuff out there leading up to free agency that, like, the communication between the Ravens and the agent.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, man, they got it done in such a powerhouse way, and Linderbaum's gonna cash in again in 3 years.
Charter, $5 super chat said the Raiders are a Braden Smith and Vega Ioane away from going from the worst to potentially a top 5 offensive line. Miller, Jackson Powers Johnson, Linderbaum, Ioane, Smith. God bless John Spytek. Let's fire back up the PFF mock draft simulator. Let's run through a Raiders mock draft here. We know who they're taking at number 1 overall, which, by the way, an underrated part of Tyler Linderbaum going to the Raiders isn't just the fact that he makes their offensive line better. You get a true veteran and one of the best centers in the NFL now in constant communication with Fernando Mendoza. I mean, that is some veteran rookie chemistry that is honestly probably why the price went up and why the Raiders were willing to outbid everyone. John Spytek already talked about how he didn't love the idea of throwing Fernando Mendoza to the Wolves. They'll probably add a veteran at some point for him to start right away so Mendoza can just kind of like learn behind him. But everything that Spytek is doing, he is trying to do the right way with a rookie quarterback at number 1 overall. And I love what he's doing.
I said, we get ahead of ourselves at times for how good Mendoza was this year, and credit to him for what he's been able to turn himself into, a legit number 1 pick. But look at what got him there. Indiana's coaching staff, their ability to run the ball and set up play action for him, and getting Pat Coogan in there, who'd played a ton of football for Notre Dame, was an experienced guard and center, and Mendoza having a guy like that to lean on. The Raiders are wisely looking at the infrastructure of Indiana and trying to NFL replicate it to give Mendoza a little bit of comfort as a rookie. So with that,
I agree.
Let's make them better.
Let's do it. Let's make it better. It's fired up here. We know who's going number 1. Don't need to spend too much time on that. But we got pick 1, we got 14, we got 36, and we got 67 now in this 3-round mock draft for the Las Vegas Raiders. Fernando Mendoza, obviously we will have him going number 1. And then at 14, see, we think about Vega Ioane. The super chat shouted out Vega Ioane.
Is he gone?
No, but the player who is at number 1 on the board right now is the player that I would go with even over Vega Ioane.
Oh, but he is gone, though.
Oh, shoot, he is
Yeah.
gone to he's gone to the Miami Dolphins. I didn't even realize that.
I've gotten a lot of this the last couple days because I don't know if the Jets are going to bring back AVT or not. And a lot of Jets fans, understandably, Vega Ioane is amazing. Mm-hmm. They're like, you just take him at 16 and it's fine. I don't disagree because he's awesome. I'm just not living in this world that he's going at 16 anymore. The NFL is obsessed with this guy.
I think he could.
I know he could, but it's not. You're not betting the house on it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, anyways, you just made the point. Spencer Fano is sitting right there.
Yeah, Spencer Fano in specifically as well in Clint Kubiak's scheme, running a lot of mid and outside zone stuff. I mean, the way that Spencer Fano moves to me is special. And sure, he could play tackle for you at some point, but I love him as a guard. I mean, if you have an interior offensive line of Jackson Powers Johnson, Tyler Linderbaum, and Spencer Fano, you got Colt Miller at one tackle spot, and then you're kind of figuring out the other tackle spot. I mean, DJ Glaze could still play tackle for them, right?
Yeah.
Think he's the one who's left? Yeah, he's still there. And then you do have Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers that you could hopefully continue to develop as like good depth options.
Right, you don't want to write those guys off all the way.
This is the ideal scenario for me with 1 and 14. Fernando Mendoza at 1, Spencer Fano at 14. I like that even more than I like Vega Ioane at 14.
Well, let's take Fano.
Okay. All right. It's now 36.
Man, it's hard not to take Concepcion here.
So they did just sign Jalen Naylor.
Yep.
So that factors into it a little bit.
No, it certainly does.
Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Jalen Naylor. They still have Deontay Thornton. Sorry, Dante Thornton. I always say that wrong. Brock Bowers, obviously. They still have Michael Mayer, Ashton Genty. They signed Kwity Paye, so that happened while we were on the show, so we didn't.
Yeah, pretty big money.
I
think he got 16 a year.
Ooh, did he? Nice deal for him.
Yeah, I'll check that out. But I mean, listen, the Raiders, they need a lot of things. It's no problem with spending that on Kwity Paye.
They need a lot. They re-signed Eric Stokes. They traded for Teron Johnson to play in the nickel, which I like. So who's the best player available for them now on the board?
I mean, I get it because like you're looking at Naylor and thinking like, how did they kind of have this guy already, this spot already filled? But it's hard not to take a Concepcion. But you also need more help up front still.
Do you take both the Utah guys? Just play Caleb Lomu at right tackle? No, you probably don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, you probably don't do that. I think to me this comes down to Concepcion, Christian Miller, honestly. Jacob Rodriguez would be on the board for me as well. They have nothing at linebacker. They quite literally have nothing. They have Tommy Eichenberg and Cody Lindenberg.
I hope that they get involved in this second wave because there's good linebackers left in the market.
Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd would be so ideal for
Leo Chanel still out there, right? When
he's a different kind of linebacker, though.
They need everything, man.
No, you're not wrong. You want to go with Concepcion? I feel like you'd be talking that one up.
I would take Concepcion.
Okay.
He can be the Omar Cooper for Mendoza.
Okay.
In this spot in terms of stylistically.
Yeah, people in the chat are saying, well, Casey would make it a pretty small receiver room. It's true.
I know, but what are the I'm not taking Malachi Fields here.
They could draft Pregnon and play Fano at tackle. But yeah. I think if you drafted Fano at 14, the idea is that he's probably playing on the interior for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I don't think they're just gonna make the line from scratch. Like this is good progress.
I think I would take Christian Miller over KC here.
I mean, I'll probably have Miller ranked a little higher.
Will you? So then I think we should take Miller.
I'm very, very high on him.
He's so smart, man. That was what stood out to me a ton as I was watching all the defensive tackles. The eyes, the technique, the hand usage. He's just so consistent. I don't think he'll ever be a great pass rusher for you, but I think he will be such a good nose tackle option for you to hold the line of scrimmage. I think that and they definitely need that for sure.
And maybe we get a discount on wide receiver later.
Okay, let's take Christian Miller here then. Okay. Go Christian Miller.
67.
And then who's left at wide receiver? Surratt,
ironically, the connection between those two.
Fields.
Actually, honestly, this is where I would take Fields if you need size at receiver.
Malachi Fields?
Yeah, Malachi Fields at 67 has felt normal for a while. Malachi Fields in the top 35 did not.
I still think I like Surratt more than I like Fields.
Well, you have obvious chemistry built in.
That's true. That is very true with him.
That matters for the Raiders specifically.
But I will say, Jack Besh would kind of do a lot of the Elijah Surratt stuff, Yeah,
you're right. No, absolutely. And I liked Besh better as a prospect than Surratt. I know it wasn't a great rookie year, but you got to call it what it is.
All right, let's take Fields. You want to take Fields?
Let's take Fields.
All right, let's take Fields. So there we go. Fernando Mendoza. There's a new look Raiders mock. Still got an A, even though the Fields pick was a little bit lower, just because I've got Fields rated a little bit lower.
The rare Mike McCarthy curve.
I know. Yeah, look at that. 2 A+ there with Fernando Mendoza and Spencer Fano. A- for Christian Miller, and then Malachi Fields getting the C. Still got an A overall, though. I think it's a pretty strong Raiders draft for three rounds. Hey, by the way, folks, before we get into more free agency madness and how it has changed the draft, we are on a campaign right now, a mission, if you will, to get to 75,000 subs before the draft. We would love for you guys, if you are watching the show, we know we're going to have a lot of new eyeballs with how we are analyzing the free agency moves and the NFL draft. We know we're going to have a lot of new people. And if you've enjoyed this show at all whatsoever, we would love for you to be a part of the Addicts. It's a really special community, and we're talking NFL draft 365 here on this channel. So if you are not subscribed, or even if you're an audio-only listener and you're not subscribed and want to create an account to really help us out here, we would love that from you guys. We appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far, but yeah, that's our goal here, is to try to get to 75,000 subs by the time the draft comes around. So we believe in you guys. We believe that you can help us and make the Addicts 75K strong. So we appreciate you guys already. All right, what's more super chats?
We have as many super chats as.
Holy smokes, we got a lot of super chats.
I think the rest of the show is going to be super chats and a few mocks sprinkled.
Super chats and some mock drafts here.
I lost my place. Oh, I found my place.
Wait, this is a topical one. Hold on. Start bench cut. Draft day, the first day of free agency, and kickoff weekend.
If this is serious? Obviously, okay, man, my brain is so broken. I thought he meant the movie draft day.
The movie draft day? Watching the movie draft day.
I was like, this can't be serious.
Watching the movie first day of free agency, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, of course. And then kickoff weekend, meaning Premier League soccer.
Think about where you are. The start is obviously draft day.
Yes.
Draft day to me is the most. I think draft day is 50 times more exciting than the Super Bowl.
100%.
It's not even remotely.
Could not agree.
Draft day is in a league of its own. It's literally the founding father of what this show is run on.
100%.
I'd start draft day.
Winning games. The games don't even matter. Yeah, I wouldn't even play the games,
but still drafted everybody for on paper teams.
I've never watched a game.
Yeah, that's why kickoff weekend is useless. No, I'm just kidding. This is interesting. I think kickoff weekend is the bench because there's nothing like that 1 o'clock slate of so much happening, and you've just missed real football so much. But the first hour of free agency is just total dopamine. Like, I'm just inhaling all of the good vibes.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Starting draft day, benching first day of free agency.
I don't blame you.
And I'm cutting kickoff weekend. Just because kickoff weekend is special, don't get me wrong, but you then have the whole season to play out. The craziness of the draft and free agency is so fast and heavy. I don't know. I love it.
No, I don't think it's a crazy answer at all. Great question. Absolutely love it. I'll get us back in our order here. Tom said, Jets getting pro football players on defense, and I approve. If the smoke is real with BTJ, what type trade compensation would do it for the Jets? Trevor and I said they don't have a third, so maybe it's like a pick swap with 44. All right, Ryan. Oh, man. Old producer Ryan. Did Trevor wash his hands?
Oh, Ryan.
Good to see Ryan.
Hell yeah.
Shout
out to the OG producer, Ryan Richton. Said, did Trevor wash his hands? Absolutely not. After that Mike Evans trade, I'm just rebelling against everything in the world, including hygiene. Ryan, hope you're well, my friend. Appreciate you dropping back in the chat and hanging out with us a little bit. Nonstop W emojis.
Yeah, I gotta give W's
for Ryan the King. Brady said, "Sup, champs? Long-time listener, long-time super chatter. We appreciate you, Brady. Tua took a visit to Magic City, and it's definitely not just the wings. P.S. Congrats, Papa Rogers."
Thank you, Brady. That's amazing. You never fail to disappoint. Alex, can't wait for the baby to be 6 pounds, 7 ounces.
There it is.
I'd look at the doctor and just be like, are you kidding me?
Well done.
Yeah.
Did you see I think it was the cold open on the last episode of the mailbag where somebody was calling you out for wanting to react to, who was it? Jeremy Bernard, who said, I don't know, 6 or 7, and your face just like you're just cold holding staring at him, but you could tell you wanted to break.
Like the true professional.
Yeah.
Odd Estimate, your adversary, technically.
Yeah,
Trevor.
100%. Yeah.
Crushing a violent chili cheese fries while listening to this after a tequila tasting.
Good Lord.
Someone tossed me an Uncrustable. Odd Estimate, you are like this peak living on a Monday.
Yeah, it's peak living, but I also pray for your plumber.
Yeah.
I pray
Yeah.
Because that might be a tough scene.
Just an absolute disaster.
Crushing a violent chili cheese fries.
Tequila tasting and polishing it off with an Uncrustable. Washing it down with an Uncrustable.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Libertarian Sasquatch, shout out 2026, a Jets-Cardinals tank off for the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals I thought were for sure getting Malik Willis. And
yeah, they're going to be, that's tough, man.
How do you feel about Malik Willis in Miami? I think it's odd.
I just don't know what Miami's doing this year.
That's why. Yeah, I agree.
It felt like when they started to offload salaries, they were just going to totally strip it down, trading Minka, cutting Tua.
Right.
It's like, okay, let's just be really, really bad this year. They obviously like Malik Willis because the regime was with him in Green Bay. The thing I like about it is a lot, even if he's not great this year, he can be a bridge quarterback for who they draft in 2027. So that aspect I really, really like about it. And the speed dynamic between him, A-Chain, and Waddle is really, really fun. But Miami they do find themselves in a little bit of a weird place right now.
It's just, I also don't really know why Malik didn't pick Arizona. Like, if Arizona was competitive, you have Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., the offensive line's a couple of additions away from being pretty good. Tyler Algier, James Conner. It's not the best running back room, but still, I'm just very, very surprised because he's very clearly picking a Miami team that is not going to be good next year or the year after.
Arizona.
I'm just kind of confused at how he got onto Miami. I don't hate the move, but I'm just kind of confused at how we got to that point.
I'd love to know what Arizona actually offered him because they have a reputation, cash flow wise, of being very cheap. So maybe this was not a true decision for him to make. Harry said, "How big of a super chat will it take for the subs to name the kid?" Maybe number 2. Kid 1, I don't think there's a number. I'll have to actually work on my wife for a while to convince her of that. It's too late for this one.
Yeah.
That's why his name is Addict Rogers.
I thought it was Akis.
Yeah,
because you're just such a big fan.
I am. I'm the only one.
You got to read the next one. That was for you.
Tony. Oh, did I skip one or no?
This is Tony. $100 super chat.
Tony, $100 super chat. One of the most generous viewers we have. You are the absolute man. Congrats, Connor. Will he be raised a Jets fan? I have gotten this question a lot. He is undeniably going to be a Mets and Rangers fan. I was not the same way with the Jets. I was, a little bit of me was like, I'll make some rules of who you can't root for, but you might actually get to choose your own adventure. And believe it or not, it was Kristen that said to me the other night, she's like, "You're not serious, right?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's, and she's like, "It is such a big part of your life, both from a work and personal perspective." She was like, "He's being a Jets fan." And she wasn't raised a Jets fan or anything like that. So I was like, damn, all right, mom stepped up and made which is nice because now he can never be like, "Dad, why did you do this to me?" He can do that with the Mets and the Rangers and the Knicks, but he can never he can go, "Mom, why did you do this to me?" So I got out of the blame game here. And yes,
good.
The long answer, as of very, very recently, he will be a Jets fan.
Sully gave us a $2 super chat, said, "Talk about Connor McPounder. Congrats, Big W."
Yeah, I pitched that name. Didn't land. We're still in beta. Big Bird, $5 super chat. Beta. As a Bengals fan, couldn't be happier. Boy, and Mafe was the edge rusher that I wanted the most. Cook will finally be able to stabilize the safety room. I agree. Those are 2 underrated, really nice moves for Cincinnati. I like both of those moves for Cincinnati. Really raising, I think, the floor of the safety play and raising the ceiling of what you have from your edge rusher. So both of those moves I really like a lot from the Cincinnati Bengals. On top of re-signing Dalton Reisner, I think that was the right move. So Bengals are never super loud in free agency, but I do think that the moves that they made were pretty impactful here. Yeah. We got a $2 super chat. Name them Brady Cook. Probably not. Probably not. Este, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said it's for the baby's first Uncrustable.
There it is.
Very, very kind.
Nice.
Cheesehead Joey, Uncrustable right out of the womb. Boy, does this show not have the strongest brand of all time?
Yeah, truly.
It's just
truly.
every bit, all the time. I love you guys. Chief
We
Librarian.
sponsor the show. Uncrustable marketing manager. We know you're watching. We know you're one of the soon-to-be 75K addicts that have subscribed to the show.
Yes, that's the mission. So if you're watching right now, that's yet another reminder. Please subscribe. Chief Librarian Mayonnaise. Who are Tennessee Giants taking at number 4 and the New York Ravens taking at number 5? Trev, do you want to do a round 1 mock draft where we just pick for the Giants and Ravens? I mean, Giants and Ravens, the Titans and Giants? Or is that just, am I going to?
No, we can do that. I think that makes sense.
Okay. So I know we have so many super chats to get through, so we'll just do the first round.
We're not going to be able to get to all the super chats. We're just
the ship is taking on too much water.
As many as we possibly can. But so the Giants, well, actually, let's talk about the Titans first because they're the first team that they're going to pick here in this mock draft. So we'll do one for the Titans and then one for the Giants. We could just do it at the same time. For the Titans, they signed Wan'Dale Robinson to a lot of money. Hope it's worth it. They traded for Jermaine Johnson. They traded for T'Vondre Sweat. They signed John Franklin Myers. They signed Cordell Flott. So a lot of moves here for the Tennessee Titans, which to me feels like it opens up a world where they could be taking Jeremiah Love at number 4.
You beat me to it, partner. If I had to make a predictive pick right now, so they traded for Jermaine Johnson and they added John Franklin Myers.
Yes.
We've literally seen this front, and let's call Jeffrey Simmons Quinn Williams, right? Like we've seen Robert Saleh literally build his front this exact way. Now they could take an edge rusher and it wouldn't even be a shock at all, but it's not, you don't have to. It's also a deep edge class. What if you feel like you can get a more pass rush first player later on? I'm taking Jeremiah Love here.
Well, let's see if he's on the board.
Yeah,
the Jets took him at number 2 in the last mock draft that we did. So,
okay,
will your Jets absolutely derail this again to enter the draft?
There it is.
They did not. That was very realistic.
Yeah, Arvell
Fernando
Reese
Mendoza,
too. That
Arvell
would be
Reese,
the favorite right now.
Ruben Bain. I agree, man. I think. Well, the only thing that holds me back from this is the fact that they could still draft Sonny Styles.
Sure.
Like, I still think that the Titans, I think that it's between Sonny Styles and Jeremiah Love at this point for them.
That's and then if they take Love, it's easy to tell yourself the Giants are going to take Styles. As while we were recording this, Jermaine Illuminor went back to the Giants.
Whoa, that's huge.
Yeah, and that's been a huge caveat. The Giants get Illuminor back. There's their right tackle.
Yeah.
So I think this is Love and Styles back to back.
Okay. All right. Let's take Jeremiah Love and then Sonny Styles. Well, hold on. Didn't the Giants just sign
Tremaine Edmonds?
Does that keep them?
They cut Okereke.
Where
did that come from?
I mean, it's an intimidating last name. Okereke.
I say it like every other day. No, and Micah McFadden. They're thin in the middle of the defense right now.
Yeah,
they
Edmonds,
are
really thin,
which is one body.
They have Darius Muasau, but yeah, I mean, you could absolutely still draft Sonny Styles here.
Yeah,
and I don't think, especially with them bringing back Jermaine Illuminor. Yeah, let's do Sonny Styles. I think Sonny Styles still makes the most sense for them here. Oh, right. Okay, so now what are we thinking for the Titans?
Oh, we're going to do all 3 rounds.
Yeah. Buckle up, buddy.
Well, I got to stick to what I just said. Let's look at the edge rushers.
For the Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wonder if Malachi Lawrence is getting this type of hype at this point.
That is exactly what Saleh would look for.
You know?
Like, are you just the freakiest athlete?
Because, they have Oluwafemi Oldejo, but they didn't draft him.
No.
And Femi was always more of a developmental kind of a dude anyways. Remember, he was like an off-ball linebacker for most of his career, and then he played edge rusher, And it's like, all right, well, now he's going into the NFL as an edge rusher. He's got really great tools. He's a good athlete, but he's still really figuring it out. Again, that was the last regime that drafted him in the second round. That was not this group. So I think that they could still like Femi as a depth player, but not want to have him start for you in all situations. So I feel like Malachi Lawrence is more of a... Somebody said that they did draft him. No, Robert Saleh just... Oh, okay. Borgonzi did. Okay. Yeah. But I think that the coaching staff totally changes that.
Yeah, and this is a staff between Saleh and Aaron Whitecotton, their D-line coach, that they throw their weight around when it comes to the D-line.
Yeah. Titans still don't have a starting center or a right guard. Definitely true. They just missed on Pregnon, who just went a little bit earlier. Can I see guards? I actually like this landing spot for Tyler Linderbaum.
Of course.
Ooh, Basantis is nice.
Basantis is definitely interesting in this spot.
Can I go back and see pass rushers? Because what's the better game plan for the Titans here? To go edge rusher and then center guard, or guard here and then edge rusher? I feel like it would be the latter. What I would love to do is get Chase Basantis and then get Derek Moore.
You probably will get one of the falling edge rushers rather than the guard situation. So it'd be Basantis and then edge.
Let's go Basantis. I think we should go Basantis here. And then we'll try to get an edge rusher. But then for the Giants, this is our last pick here at 37.
Still need a number 2 wide receiver unless they make that move in the pro market.
Yeah, they definitely. Let's see wide receiver. Chris Bell.
The thing is, Chris Bell is a fit for them. It's just a matter of if you're comfortable taking him at 37 with the health.
I heard today that Chris Bell, like the prospects for him to be working out pretty soon are good. Like that he'd be able to do non-contact stuff during the summer and then he'd be ready for week 1. I say we take Chris Bell here.
Let's go Chris Bell.
As long as you're good with the medicals, I think we take Chris Bell.
That's some serious gas between him and Malik.
Yeah. And so Sonny Styles and Chris Bell, that's a pretty good haul there for the Giants.
Giants that's so much team speed.
Yeah. And then let's see edge rusher for the Titans.
Yep.
Crawford, Height, Romello Height, Keon Crawford, Jayshon Barham, I think, is in this conversation, although it'd be a little early for him.
I have questions about Height as a pro, but to be fair, if a team is going to have an NFL role for him, it is this scheme. Like, you think about what this scheme did for Bryce Huff as a UDFA out of Memphis.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's third downs. This scheme always finds a way to have that DPR that can just get off the ball and turn the corner across your face. So, like, once again, I have some doubts about Height as a pro, but at least this scheme has a place for him.
I think I like that. I think I like that move of Romello Height being the pick here. I'm just kind of running through all these names, but that's the one that I do agree with you. Titans are signing Bobby Okereke to the 3-year, $45 million deal. Wait, okay, who did we have them taking?
I think it was a joke, right? Was that for real?
No, I think that's for real.
I thought that was a joke. Because they just...
Oh, was it a joke?
I have to confirm. I have to check this. I have not seen that. I think it's just a joke about the Titans being the Giants now.
Okay.
Unless I just missed it during us recording.
I also didn't. You guys cannot throw this stuff out at us at the chat. We have 18 screens open, are trying to do a mock draft, and that chat looked a lot like a copy and paste Pelissero tweet.
This is well done. Got our ass.
Yeah, they got my ass. All right, Romello Height here for the Titans. Yeah. Before we read some more Super Chats, folks, every week on Draft Risers, We're highlighting players that are climbing the board as teams get deeper into the evaluation process. These guys are rising because decision makers are getting more confident in the full profile, not just chasing the traits. Over the last couple of weeks, the top draft riser for a lot of people has been Sonny Styles, who we just had go to the New York Giants at number 5 overall. Incredible combine, incredible film, putting all of that together to make for one heck of a football player. When you're trying to identify risers like that, it's not about guessing, it's about having better tools, better data, and a better process. That same approach applies to when you are making better decisions with your own money as well. If you want to make smarter picks with your portfolio, Tasty Trade gives you the advanced tools and data to do so. You can trade stocks, options, futures, and more all in one platform. Tasty Trade offers low commissions, including $10 cap per leg on option trades, so you can keep more of what you earn. The platform includes backtesting and risk analysis tools to help you plan and manage risk, and traders can use features like active trader mode, one-click trading, and smart order tracking. Visit tastytrade.com/PFF today. Tasty Trade Incorporated is a registered broker-dealer and a member of FINRA, NFA, and SIPC. All right, where were we on the Super Chats here? Shelton.
Above all else, genuinely hope mom and baby stay healthy and happy. Sorry about his luck as a future Jet fan. Thank you, Shelton. That is very, very nice.
Mark, $5 Super Chat. Trevor, my condolences. Connor, congratulations. I think it's only fair that Connor has to pick for the Packers today. Why would you have to pick for the Packers today?
Because you're already going through it.
Oh, yeah. If we get the Packers, I'm just turning the camera off.
Charter, this young lad will be a case study for the NFLSC bulking plan.
Yeah.
Chat start a poll. What are we naming him? I do appreciate that the chat is just assuming they get to name the kid. Like that is the most on-brand thing for our audience, and I absolutely love it. Hayden said the kid went full Chris Jones at the ultrasound. Imagine me looking at the doctor and going, "Dong out, dong." Get out of the room.
That is actually how that would go. No melon is safe. Loving the Jets going full-blown tears of the sun on the defensive line. Better get used to the taste of turf, Drake.
Wow. No melon. It's feeling it. Sean Mafia. Trevor, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know number 13 meant the world to you. Connor, get ready to learn Brian Thomas, buddy. 45 days till draft day. A lot of just wholesome comments today.
Truly, yeah. J-Tech, $5 Super Chat. Congrats on the crotch goblin, Connor. It's incredible. Will you be passing on your generational sports trauma to him, or is he picking his own future therapy topics?
Yeah, I'm responsible for 75% of it. Kristen is carrying the entire blame of the Jets.
On Estimate said, put a poll for the baby name ideas. I vote my name.
Imagine me at the hospital. Well, it appears that Odd Estimate won the poll. Explaining that to the people delivering the child.
Yeah, what's the first name? It's Aud, A-U-D, and then Estimate, and then you go like E-S, and like, yeah, I got it. I know. The legend.
Yeah, I streamed him in fantasy the final week of the season for the Saints. Mesh Chromatones. With the Steelers nabbing Pittman and Dean, sorry, Trev, is it almost a foregone conclusion Ty Simpson's the pick at 21?
Yeah, this is a really good thing to bring up, because sort of underrated, I feel like, the moves that the Steelers made today. Getting an outside corner in Jamel Dean to pair with JPJ. They lost James Pierre, but they re-signed Asante Samuel Jr. before things began, so he could be a little bit of an inside-out type of a player. Brought back Cole Holcomb, but then traded for Michael Pittman Jr. So a lot of the wide receiver ideas for them, man, they hit that in a major way by trading for him and giving him an extension. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that he's the pick at 21, but I do think that it actually opens things up for them to take an offensive lineman if a good offensive tackle is available for them at 21, which I feel like would be the case. What do you think?
Yeah, this was a good bit of business by the Steelers, because now you're not locked into the scenario we've run through where it's like it's Denzel Boston, or it just kind of gives them a chance to not be pressed into one area. Although I could see a world where, like, if Rodgers comes back, they just see what Will Howard has as the number 2 rather than forcing themselves into taking the next guy. Because other places you'd be like, okay, I'm sure they really like Will Howard. With the Steelers, it's like, I could see them wanting to see more of Will Howard. So I had him go Ty Simpson in our last mock draft, but that was more of just like, this makes sense right now. They're a tough franchise to get a read on with rebuilding at that position versus trying to go for it one more time.
Chat's saying that Dre Greenlaw got cut by the Broncos.
Wow.
Didn't they, like... Wasn't Roseboom already a free agent? No, not Roseboom. Nick Singleton.
They brought him back while we were recording.
Okay, yeah, all right.
That happened
so he's back,
literally while
but
we
they
were
moved
recording.
on from Drake Greenlaw. I wonder if Drew Sanders is now going to step into that spot.
I liked
a forgotten man from the 2025 draft class?
He really is. Because
Totally
he played edge and off ball, and
nobody knew what to do with him.
No one really knew what to do with him, and understandably, he was kind of a weird player at both. He didn't really have the instincts for off ball, but he had such good athleticism. But he didn't really have the polish of a pass rusher. That'll be interesting. Still lost in between. What kind of compensation would you give up for BTJ? I want to keep him unless the BTJ and pick for Jalen Carter offer is true. They're probably going to ask for a second, but I think Trev nailed it where, like, you could ask for that, but the best you might get is a third, and at what point do you keep him?
Yeah, it just seems kind of strange, like the value that he would get traded for versus like how good he actually is. Tater's World, K9 to the Chiefs at 9. It's now either defensive line, corner, or wide receiver. Thoughts? I'd throw in safety as well. We just did that mock draft with Caleb Downs going at number 9 overall. Jagger talks, Cards and Chiefs out on Jeremiah Love now? Yes.
Yeah.
I think both of those teams
I think the Chiefs'
out.
reality sunk in. He was never making it to them. Axelron, the sun which our planet orbits is the second hottest thing in the solar system. The hottest thing is now Todd Bowles' seat. In back-to-back years, they let both Liam Cohen and Mike Evans leave the building.
Bad.
It's a good point, man.
Bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. Not good. The opposite of good. The antithesis of good.
It's not
the
what you
complete
love.
void of good.
It's not the best. Andrew Hansen. What's up, mini camp invites? That's a good one. First off, congrats to Connor on the future 6'5", 250-pound inheritor of the pod. Second, because Stowers can't block and therefore isn't a tight end, where does he rank in this wide receiver class? What a super chat.
Hold on, I was reading something else. Let me get caught back up.
Basically, he said Stowers can't block, so he's a wide receiver. Which,
yeah, I mean,
I like the general thought.
Where does he rank in this wide receiver class?
I can't even process that in my brain right now with all the receivers. But the point is, he is limited in terms of being an in-line guy where he's not going to move in my tight end rankings like people will expect. I'll say that. Like, I still like Sam Roush and Eli Raridan better than Eli Stowers, even though he had a freaky combine. But that's on brand for me. Like, it's...
I wonder if Stowers would be right after the first 3 guys for me.
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, I had Raridan and Roush, I think.
No. I mean the first 3 wide receivers.
Oh.
Like if you were ranking him as a wide receiver, where would you rank him?
No, he would be behind Cooper and Bernard at a minimum. He'd be behind Skylar Bell. Yeah, no. He'd be like wide receiver 11 for me.
I like Eli Stowers a lot. I think he's a really, really good athlete for how big he is.
Definitely.
Yeah, he wouldn't be right. Well, he would be after the top 3 guys, but he'd be further down. Like I'm thinking like Boston, Cooper.
What
like
about
he kind of be
Bernard?
wherever the same spot that like Elijah Surratt would be, right? Because
That's fair.
You're kind of thinking that they're the same sort of player. So maybe it would be that first bucket of like Tate, Tyson, Lemon. The second bucket is Denzel Boston, Omar Cooper Jr., Casey Concepcion. And then, like, in the next bucket, I probably have, like, Elijah Surratt, Jerome Bernard, Eli Stowers would be in that bucket as just, like, pure wide receivers. That's probably how I would do it, unless I'm forgetting a name somewhere around there.
Sully, can't wait for the kid to be named Red Chimichurri.
Yeah, baby!
Trevor gets his way. That's absolutely the case. Tater's World, Chiefs trade Rams 2026 third for BTJ. Interesting.
I think Yeah, he's been what the Chiefs have been chasing over the last couple of years.
And even like when they signed Tyquan Thornton.
Right.
They try to get more out of speed that didn't work somewhere else. It's just wild how we're talking about BTJ, who was like after his rookie year, it was like BTJ might be a top 10 receiver already.
Yeah, I mean that was always way.
I know, but this is just such a
way overblown,
drastic change.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. That's why I don't know what to do with the value. I don't know what to do with this whole situation. I have no idea.
Purple Skull Trooper. Sup, lads? Just got into my top law school. Congrats.
Hey, there we go. Congrats.
That's awesome. Working to break into the sports media agent world.
Nice.
Street saying Lil Man, the Mike Evans of babies. Woohoo. Congrats. And I hope to see you at the Senior Bowl or Combine one day when you're an agent.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats on getting into law school. Absolutely kill it. And yeah, like Connor said, hope we see you at the Combine one day.
You know, it was like a tough, finally really getting old moment. I have now run into kids with real jobs in the industry at the Combine or Senior Bowl that listened to stuff we've done when they were in high school.
What did you say?
Like I'm finally at the age where like I'll run into people in the industry at the Combine or Senior Bowl and they'll be like, "Oh, like I listened to you when I was in high school."
Which is cool.
It's awesome.
It's always very
But
cool.
I'm ancient. It's over.
But you are. You're on
it's
status,
absolutely over,
as the kids would say. Yeah. Somebody said Noah Fant. What did the chat say? Noah Fant where? To the Saints.
Okay. You want to stop the show? You want to do a Saints mock draft because Noah Fant signed? What happened at pick for the Saints at pick 8 because Noah Fant signed?
I didn't say we had to stop the show and do a mock draft.
No, you said everything just changed for the Saints.
I didn't say that.
Everything just changed.
When did I say that? When did I say that everything changed for
What is Kellen Moore cooking right now with Noah Fant?
Microwavable mac and cheese. The 3 cheese kind, so you feel like you're eating fancy.
I hope Noah Fant goes nuclear this year after this.
Yeah, me too.
Nuclear.
He can own your ass.
Yeah. Every time he scores, people just at me. Idiot.
Jay Bergs, $10 super chat, said, just now joining, so I don't know if this has been discussed, but sources tell me that Elliot Wolf is completely useless at his job. Also, Connor, you missed it, but start bench cut. Oh, yeah. This was start bench cut on the mock draft ones that we did. It was a Game of Thrones one.
Oh, love this.
So it was Sir Duncan the Tall, Brienne of Tarth, and the Hound. Start bench cut.
Yeah, I'm starting Dunk, and that's not recency bias. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is already goated. I'm going to bench the Hound.
Okay.
I'm going to cut Brienne of Tarth, and it's not her fault because she was on the way to being, honestly, like a potential start here, and they didn't really it looked shocking. Game of Thrones didn't land the plane, volume 50.
It's true.
It should have done more for her. Like her being knighted was one of the sickest scenes the last season, but
100%. Yeah.
I kind of thought when they did that, I was like, oh, she's going to die in the long night, but like heroically.
Right.
And nothing, nothing happened.
Yeah. No, nothing happened at all.
Like it was like such an emotional moment when she was knighted because I was like, oh my God, like she accomplished everything she wanted to in life, and now she's going to die heroically as a knight. And they were like, no, we're done. Who cares about Brienne of Tarth? So it's not her fault that the writers totally blew that one.
I cut Sir Duncan the Tall just because I'm only 2 episodes in. I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't know the glory.
No spoilers, but just please text me after 4 episodes in.
Okay.
And be like, I will never even think about benching Sir Duncan the Tall.
Sounds good. All right. I'm very intrigued by it, but then free agency came around and I had to do my job.
Yeah.
Undertow took PTO today, DoorDash some tacos, watching free agency all day. Love the show, Low Bros. Keep it up, Short Kings. That is a hell of a day. I am extremely jealous of just kicking your feet up and enjoying free agency as it's coming to you. Hoffy, $10 super chat, just checking in. Wondering a quick thought on the Raiders so far. We did a Raiders mock draft, so obviously we gave that to you guys.
We're very excied about the Raiders foundation at the moment. Dylan, are the Patriots only concerned with A.J. Brown in the trade market, or do they see Kyle Williams as Deshaun Jackson There's a lot going on there. I mean, number one, they probably want AJ Brown, especially after Alec Pierce didn't make it a free agency.
Right.
But I would think they're going to put a lot more on Kyle Williams' plate this year because there was flashes last year where you're like, yeah, that guy can truly stretch the field. The Patriots will make a move. There's no way after cutting Diggs, they're like, nope, this is it.
I think so too. They're just, yeah. It's not the splash that a lot of people wanted it to be right off the bat. Libertarian Sasquatch, $2 Super Chat. Arch Manning, you are an Arizona Cardinal. I have a hard time thinking the Manning family is going to let that happen at this point, which is how the Cardinals organization has gone. Not trying to throw a ton of shade at the Cardinals organization, but the Manning family also kind of seems to be controlling things when it comes to Arch and where he could potentially land and all that.
Jan?
Yeah, Jan.
Do you think Leonard wants Cole Bishop to... Oh, Jim Leonard. Jim Leonard wants Cole Bishop to play...
Riley Leonard.
So many Leonards. Leonard Moore wants Cole Bishop to play slot.
I don't know. Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard has the headset. Kawhi Leonard is calling the plays. Do you think Jim Leonard wants Cole Bishop to play slot corner, or why the hell did the Bills release Teron Johnson? What do you guys think is their biggest need? I think stand-up edge. Big up from Czechia.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Czechia.
Love that.
Ooh, okay. So, no, I don't think Cole Bishop will play slot corner. He'd play more of a box safety role. I think they'll look to draft and develop another slot.
So they signed D. Alford, so he might play slot.
There you go.
I don't know, man. I wonder if Jordan Hancock plays more safety and Cole Bishop plays slot. I think he could.
In certain situations, but I wouldn't want Cole Bishop. Like, I also need to see what they're going to be schematically, because this is the first time in a long time this defense is going to change who's running it. I'm so used to the Sean McDermott, like, zones and mix and matches, and I wish I had, like, a deeper answer for you, but I don't think Cole Bishop will be their slot corner. That's how I feel, but he might be able to do a little both.
I kind of feel like he could be a nickel defender for them.
Against
I also
tight ends.
Agree that I think stand-up pass rusher is their biggest area of weakness right now. Stand-up pass rusher. Like, I think if you're going to a 3-4, Landon Jackson's a defensive end. Greg Rousseau can be a stand-up, but he's a defensive end. Ed Oliver's a defensive end. Michael Hoyt's a defensive end. Javon Solomon is a stand-up outside linebacker for you, but he's like the only one that you have on the roster. So stand-up edge, I think, is a major area that they have to hit for sure. Wisco says Christian Miller needs to be this year's Bull Rush McIntyre.
We're slowly getting there.
Yeah, basically.
Ethan, what do you think the odds are that Love now falls to the Vikings? Non-existent, especially with New Orleans and Kansas City signing big-name running backs. I think the Chiefs and Saints did that because they know he's not making it to them.
I think that and...
Not to be a buzzkill. Oof, sorry.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was brutal. I'm kind of ashamed of myself.
Why don't you just trade Mike Evans from that guy's team while you're at it? Why don't you just go ahead and do that? Make his day worse. I think that we've simply traded a couple of Jeremiah Love destinations for other ones as the day has gone on.
Yep.
Right? Like, okay, the Saints and the Chiefs no longer really in contention for Jeremiah Love, but now it increased the prospects of the Titans signing him and the Washington Commanders, although the Commanders in there as well. So I think the day has just sort of shifted where Jeremiah Love might go rather than saying that his projection's going to tank outside of the top 10. Could, but I just don't really see it happening. Dr. Phoenix, $10 super chat. Appreciate you guys and the community. My dad passed last Tuesday, and this was our favorite time of year. Keeping me going right now. Welcome to fatherhood, Connor. It's the absolute best. Well, Dr. Phoenix, condolences, obviously, to you and your family.
Yes.
We're sending you guys all the love here from the two of us, the three of us, including the chef. Also, the addicts as well. We know that the addict in the NFLSC community is sending you love as well. So hope anytime that you think of your dad, it always brings you a smile. I really do. So
I second that all the way, Dr. Phoenix. I'm terribly sorry for your loss because the draft is something that I share with my dad as well. So I know how special that is and appreciate you being part of the community. And, you know, if you're looking for another place that kind of take your mind off some of that, the Discord is there. We're all in there, and everybody's laughing and having fun. I can't imagine what you're going through, but we really, really do send you our best, and hopefully we can make you laugh the next couple months here.
Yep. Risen Remains Minshew Mania is the gateway drug for Arch Manning.
Hey, you want to try some Minshew? next thing you know, I'm on the Arch.
I don't know why, but you leaning in and then you shifting your shoulders up forward with that voice just absolutely
sinister stuff.
Hey, you guys trying to get in a little Minshew before the Arch?
Just give it a try.
You guys have tried Minshew, but have you tried Arch?
Just one try.
Everybody's doing it.
Andrew Bailey. That was good. Free agency live on chess day. Let's go, boys. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. It seems like a max bench day to me if I've ever heard one.
100%.
Now we're cooking.
Whether you're sad or happy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I might have to hit chest after this.
I think you have no choice.
You have
no choice.
Just listening to, I'm just gonna play the Oppenheimer soundtrack.
That's
and then just max out. Let's see. Still lost in between. $10 super chat. What's Devin Lloyd's market? Would you rather draft a defensive tackle for the Jags or an edge rusher and kick Trayvon Walker inside? Jags mock draft is really tough to predict. Jags are a tough team to predict. I don't know what Devin Lloyd's market is. He seems like every time we talk about him with literally anybody, people are like, oh yeah, everybody would love Devin Lloyd. And then I don't really get a good feel on what his market is. I feel like it's going to be somewhere between like $15, $20 million a year.
Right.
And he is the best linebacker that's available on the market. We've seen some linebacker dominoes fall already, but I think that position just in general is one that's slower to go in free agency. If I was the Jags, would I rather have a defensive tackle or kick Trayvon Walker inside? What happened to my
I'll let you fix that.
Hold on. What happened to my camera?
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah, it's tough.
First Mike Evans, now your camera.
Now my camera's gone?
What next? You come downstairs from the podcast and Marvel's looking at you and he's just like, sorry, Dad. I'm going away to college. Everything's leaving you. I would not kick Trayvon Walker inside. I think he's developed into a really, really good edge player. Yeah, in certain fronts, can you have him work inside? Sure. But as a full-time player, I don't love that. So I would most likely try to get a player that can work for you through this draft or even the later tiers of free agency at D-tackle. I hope they find a way with Devin Lloyd because he exploded on this defense last year. He's probably looking at what the off-ball linebacker market has become. And probably like Linderbaum did with the center market, kind of wants to blow it out of the water. And the problem is like Linderbaum, and maybe this changes, but with Linderbaum, he had so many suitors that he was always going to be able to do that. And Devin Lloyd deserves that. He's a hell of a player, but you have to have this insane market to be able to get that kind of deal. And that's probably what the holdup is if you really want to kind of blow that market out of the water. So, and if he doesn't, then the best scenario is him going back to Jacksonville. All right, Aaron, we demand a lot for BTJ. We can demand a lot for BTJ. New team acquires $2.1 million guaranteed in 2026, $2.8 million guaranteed in 2027. Of course, the fifth-year option because he was a first-rounder in 2028. I think as a front office, that's very F those picks. We need a top player in return. I get it, but the problem is, I don't know if anyone's going to give you a lot for him, where I think it's more of, at that point, you just keep him if everything can be mended there or whatever's going on. But I don't think he gets the return that you guys are hoping for. And I love this player. Like, I would hope he gets that kind of return. But it just feels like I don't see it. I mean, I think the best they do is a second rounder, which is totally possible. But you start to lose a little leverage when you make the decisions around the player. Like, you traded for Jacoby and extended him, right? Like, they've made some other moves where I don't see it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'd just be shocked if it's a big return, and maybe that leads to them just kind of keeping him for another year. Chad, the Steeler fan, what do y'all think about the Steelers' moves today? Also, congrats, Connor. Well wishes. Your son is already the Mike Evans of Connor Rogers. Thank you, Chad. I really appreciate that. We talked about this briefly, but the Steelers did some really good work today because they were just able to round out their roster in ways that doesn't pigeonhole them in the draft, which is, welcome back.
Yeah, I've been, using my camera so much over the last 2 days that I'm pretty sure like the USB attachment overheated.
That's pretty wild.
And I had to switch it out because it felt like it was hot enough to melt.
If you think you content, listen to this.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you don't.
Sauter,
I like what the Steelers are doing.
Yeah, we were saying that was a good day for the Steelers. Sauter, shout out the Ravens for zeroing out my first night of the draft when I booked the trip to Pittsburgh for it. Shout out 6 Evan Crosby will be a baller.
What?
Shout out 6 Evan. Wow, I got. That's like an all-time. Yeah, I'm out.
Get absolutely smoked, brother. Absolutely smoked. Pronounced medium time listener, first time super. I love that. What a weekend. Got my NFLSC cap. Hell yeah, love it. Appreciate you supporting the show. Performed the ceremony for my best friend's wedding. My Raiders got 2 firsts, Linderbaum, Naylor, and now Pay. Things are looking up. That is one hell of a week. That's awesome. Also, congrats to your friends. Really cool that you were the officiant and that you got to marry them. That's a really cool experience. We had my wife and I had one of our best friends. Somebody mentioned that you stood up, so now you get to be.
I slid out of frame because I knew if I stood next to the shelf, I'd never hear the end of it, and I've had it.
Yeah, you would have absolutely never heard the end of it, 100%. But my wife and I had one of our best friends was the one who was the officiant.
It was very good,
and it was just really cool. It's just a really cool moment, something that you'll remember forever. Johnny, with the signing of Odafe Owe and Edge off of the board, who does Washington take between Love, Downs, and Delane? I feel like if Love is there, they would take Love. I think if Love's on the board at 7, they're going to take Love.
They took care of a lot of their business on defense today that at least opens that door, right?
I also missed the Odafe Owe signing for Washington.
Yeah, some stuff has trickled in since we've been on the air because we've been on for an hour and a half already, so we missed some stuff.
4-year, $100 million deal.
Yeah, that's a monster.
That's a lot.
It's a monster deal.
What? Am I crazy?
No, that's man. Edge rushers get paid, dude, especially when they're young.
I mean, that's great Odafe Owe money if you can get it.
That is the new Dan Moore.
What?
I'm pretty certain this is the richest Odafe Owe.
Am I crazy? I feel like that's a lot.
It's really not, man. The edge market is
maybe it's not, but
like the top dogs are in the 40s right now.
I guess you're right. I guess
it happened fast.
all the big dogs are in the 40s. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
It happened fast.
Happened fast.
We still don't have Trey Hendrickson, right?
No.
Man, buddy.
I think Trey Hendrickson is wanting to be paid like one of the big dogs because of his production, but coming off of the year and the injury,
right?
I don't think teams are willing to do it. So I bet the gap is very far, just like it was very far for the Bengals. And I wonder if the Bengals are kind of sitting here like, we told you that we weren't going to give you that much money because that's not what your market is. But will be very interesting to see where he ends up signing.
Tommy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Congrats on the exciting news, Connor. Thank you, Tommy. Finally catching a live show while home with my sleeping newborn son. Congrats, Tommy. Wishing you and your fam the best. Tommy, same with you, man. Thank you so much.
Love that. I wanted to make sure that I hit this one for Bryce. Bryce gave us a $100 super chat.
Hello.
Said one of the few benefits of being a corporate sellout is your annual bonus hitting your account. Had to share some with you pipsqueaks. Much love. I'm also going to be having a new baby boy here soon.
Congrats, Bryce.
I think Bull Rush McIntyre Henry has a very nice ring to it. Congratulations, Bryce. Hope you and the missus are obviously as prepared as you could be, as happy as you could be, as healthy as you could be heading into this process. So thank you for the $100 super chat. It means a ton that you would choose to support the show, and anybody out there, obviously. It means a lot to us that you guys would give us this stuff to support the show. So hopefully the entertainment value is what you guys are paying for, and you're always enjoying the show. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryce, and congrats to you, man. That's freaking awesome. I'm jumping around here a little bit. Evan, first off, congrats on your firstborn, Connor, and apologies on losing yours, Trevor, Mike Evans. With the consensus that Jordan Tyson is dropping in the draft, Were you hearing anything about the combine, about the medicals? It's a weird one, isn't it, Trev? Because I haven't heard anyone saying like, hey, he's just fallen right now. But naturally, since he didn't work out at the combine due to injury, it feels like it's naturally happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great when you miss the entire season due to, well, not the entire season.
He missed played a lot.
He missed part of the season due to a hamstring injury. Yeah. And you still can't do anything at the combine because of said hamstring injury.
He clearly re-aggravated it because it's been so long.
Sure, but that goes into it.
100%.
Like, if your body isn't great with soft tissue injuries, that's not great. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. I haven't heard anything. Like, I didn't hear anything of like, oh, man, the knee's real bad. It was really just the fact that he couldn't run.
By the way, breaking news, Nakobe Dean to the Raiders.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
336. Yeah, Raiders. Really good day for the Raiders, man.
Dude,
really
John Spytek is just out here. What a phenomenal day for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's honestly a masterclass over the last week. What a change in that organization. You got the right guy at the top leading that organization, man.
Yeah, it's good piece of work for the Raiders. We'll get to a couple more here before we sign off for the day.
Evan gave us a $20 super chat. No, that was the one. That was the one you just read. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind you, scrolling.
Yeah, we're.
JMJ $20 said, "Congratulations, Connor. Put this super chat towards your baby's first creatine jar."
Oh, you bet. Directly, love it.
David, straight into it.
Who are the New York Ravens picking at 5? We did a mock draft for them just for you. Whoever is there between Love and Styles. That's exactly what we did. So hopefully, David, we solved that one for you.
Alex gave us a $10 super chat. Said, thoughts on the Crosby trade for the Ravens? Do you think 2 first-round picks is a good deal for them? Also, congrats, Connor. Do you think the baby will be good to suit up next week or suit up in week 1 now that our entire offense has left? I'll let you answer the baby question there, but I think I don't hate it for the Ravens. I like it more for the Raiders. I don't hate it for the Ravens because you do still have Lamar Jackson, and I'm very much pro when you have a Super Bowl caliber franchise quarterback. Just maximize the window, man. Just go all in on it. So Crosby's about as big of a competitor as you're possibly going to get. He's going to be a great locker room dude for you. He's going to motivate the team to be great and want to win a Super Bowl. So all of that, I think, is really good for the Ravens. 2 first-round picks for a 29-year-old pass rusher is a lot of money, even for a player who is as good as Max Crosby. But at least they are a team that is in a winning window with a franchise quarterback. So I do like the move for the Ravens. I liked it more for the Raiders, to be honest with you.
I was pretty even. I think this is exactly what the Ravens needed to do. And I think it's the right timing for the Raiders to make this trade and get the assets. But I think Max Crosby is going to be a monster for Baltimore and potentially take them to the next level. By the way, the Raiders are not stopping. They just signed Quay Walker.
The Raiders also signed Quay Walker?
They just signed Quay Walker. So they have a totally new linebacker room. Which you said, Trevor, like literally an hour ago, you're like, they don't have anything at linebacker.
They quite literally don't. Yeah.
And then they've made 2 massive moves, which I'm fascinated to see the details of this deal. But the Raiders are really revamping this roster, knowing they are getting the quarterback.
Whew. Wow. Big moves.
Yep.
Big moves there from the Raiders. All right, handful more. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, a couple more.
Okay.
I got an important one. Randy Booth.
Yes.
With Alec Pierce off the board and the Eagles asking for Connor's firstborn, where do the Patriots turn for a veteran wide receiver? What do you think, Trev? I still think they can get an A.J. Brown deal across the finish line.
Let me remind myself of who is available in free agency.
Well, not much. Romeo Dobbs.
Oh, I don't hate Dobbs.
I like Romeo Dobbs.
Did Juwan Jennings sign anywhere?
No,
I don't
didn't.
think he did.
No.
So I think Juwan Jennings is kind of like the A.J. Brown light, right? Like if you don't get A.J. Brown, Juwan Jennings is of that same style of receiver.
Right.
So I like both of those options. Juwan Jennings, Romeo Dobbs. I like both of those. That makes sense. Somebody asked, why Fields over Surratt for Las Vegas? Invest in the center. and more to make Mendoza comfortable in transition. Why not give him his favorite target? Yeah, I mean, you can. It's just, I think that Fields is more of a field stretcher for you. Like, he gives you more vertically, and I think that they've got some guys who can win underneath. I think Naylor, I think Jack Besh, I think the tight ends can win in the short and intermediate, and I think that Fields just gives you a little bit more of a vertical stretch on top of Trey Tucker, who they already have. So that was the reason why I did that.
Kyle, the mailman just dropped off my NFL SE hats. Let's go.
Let's go
to see it. Great work by Trevor and company to get all those out.
Gabriel said, I got my hat today, so along the same lines, congrats on getting the hat. Thank you for supporting the show. Bengals sign any combo of Woolen, Lloyd, Chanel, Greenlaw, Walker, and Logan Hall, and I'll buy the whole Cincy front office one.
Yeah, it feels like the Bengals one more defensive move, and you'd be like, okay, starting to feel a lot better.
You would feel pretty great about it. All right.
Yep.
That's it.
A mammoth day.
That's it for today, folks.
Massive thank you to everybody. I think we were hovering around 3,000 viewers throughout the stream.
You guys are awesome.
You guys rule. The chat was rocking. Thank you to everybody that sent a super chat. Thank you to everybody. True thank you from my family on all the congrats today. It was very special, and the laughs and the kind comments. I cannot thank everybody enough.
Appreciate you guys. This is a very fun show. It's sort of hard to do for mid-free agency shows because there's so many things going on, but we kind of just wanted to turn the cameras on. Obviously, not for the whole time for me because my camera shut off, obviously. But other than that, we just wanted to turn the cameras on and just have some fun with you guys. So appreciate you rocking with us. We'll be back on Wednesday. We'll have another episode on Wednesday. We might be like updating the team needs, or maybe we'll be itching to just do a full mock again, a post-free agency mock on Wednesday. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Before we get out of here, though, game plan of the week, folks. Presented by Western Southern Financial Group, game plan for your financial future. The game plan of the week, Connor, is what Les Snead is doing with the Los Angeles Rams. He's seeing what's happening with the Seattle Seahawks, how they're not able to retain everybody that they want to. Time to hit the gas pedal. Go after everybody. And also, great game plan, whatever John Spytek's doing with the Las Vegas Raiders. Time to believe again, folks. Just like every team wins, starts with a great game plan. Your future should as well. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western Southern helps protect you and your family, so you guys can focus on winning today, knowing that tomorrow is covered. Whether you're just starting out building your dynasty or looking to lock in long-term protection, their coverage options are designed to match your game plan. Visit westernsouthern.com/PFF to get your free life quote. Start building your financial game plan today. Western Southern, built to win, backed by over 130 years of helping people protect what matters most. If you're still hanging around in the chat, like we said, we're on the campaign, the trail, the pilgrimage, the 75K subs here on the channel before we get to draft weekend. We'd love for you guys, if you've enjoyed this episode or any episode that we've ever done, to check and see if you're subscribed. And if you're not, come join the Addicts, be a part of the Addicts. We love you guys. We appreciate everybody who has subbed so far. For the chef behind the scenes, dealing with the chaos of not having a structure for this show, being the GOAT that he is. For Connor Rogers, I'm Trevor Sikkema saying thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of the NFL Stock Exchange Podcast.